Hi, I am Brother Rene Lepage. I first went to join the Claretians when I found out they were a Marian and missionary congregation. I wanted to join as a brother. I felt that's where my talents would be of most use for me and more fitting with my temperament. Uh, when I first came in as a brother, there wasn't too much regard to instructing brothers, so I had to just come in with what I had and a couple of years of college. But during my first years, I made up a number of courses after profession, attending local colleges uh, the, and taking different courses. I worked in the Dominguez for a while as the econome. I taught here and taught physics and math, and because that was my major. Uh, Became the first econome here in Dominguez, maybe in the Western Province. And when the time came up for our province to decide on a mission to go to, I volunteered, and that was the Philippines. I went there for 6 happy years. I mean, they were dangerous years. The Muslims were there fighting, killing all the Christians, and the Philippine soldiers came down there to try to make peace. And it seems like most of our parishioners were getting killed, and friends and Philippine soldiers. It was a time of very chaos and good witness, and I think we all did good in that. I left after 6 years. My time was up. Came back to the States and worked in Lamar, Colorado parish for a while, but then I got homesick. I wanted to go back to the missions. So I volunteered to go to Nigeria in Africa. And I was one of the 5 originally perpetually professed that worked there. We worked with Father Christian Hedro and Frank Ambrosi and myself, Father Steve Sherwood, and Godwin Ibokwe. They already had a novitiate class going there when I arrived. But now they are numbers well over hundreds, in the hundreds of members, and I think I can be a little bit proud of that. I worked in Nigeria. I worked at the Assumpta printing press as the press mechanic, and I did some typesetting there too, and I did a little bit with the finances. I went to Necadé, where we built a novitiate, and I was in charge of that. I became the treasurer and took care of all the maintenance and fixing up of things there and developing new things. I worked on installing generators for both the printing press, Necadé, and another parish too, I believe too. I helped plan and I helped plan the new novitiate that we located out at Otumkum in Nigeria. After my 8 years work there, I came back and spent another year in the States. But then again, I wanted to go back. I love the missionary life, so I volunteered to go to the Cameroon mission that we were starting to take over there. I went over with a number of the Claretians from here, and we landed in Bamenda, Cameroon, the English-speaking side. We worked there for just about 3 years. I did all my time. I did a lot of work on the keeping things running, fixed. I made food, made sure there was always food on the table, and we're just there for the community. We worked together, we prayed together, we suffered together, and we enjoyed together. So it's a tremendous experience. Finally, I had to come back to the States. And I wound up in a retreat center, the Claretian Renewal Center in Los Angeles, and worked there for a while as administrator. And towards the end of my first 6 years back, I was made the assistant provincial provincial econome, and that lasted until I think about 2001 when I was elected the provincial econome. And that lasted for 6 years to 2007. That time, I wasn't elected, but Within a year, I was back in again. I was called back as the econom, and remained there for another 4 years. With the joining of our two provinces, East and West Province, in the United States, I became the assistant treasurer for the West Coast office, the new province, and I'm still doing that right now. During my years as a clerician, I've been to 2 general chapters. I've attended the spiritual renewal courses both in Rome, Spain, and also some renewal courses here in the United States. I'm very happy for my life as a brother. I would not have traded it for anything in the world. And I take great joy in it, and I wish you all luck. Thank you. Goodbye.